Have you ever wondered why some people seem to go through life so easily? It seems like everything is flowing for them. And some other people, like me, or maybe like you, are stuck in negativity and tend to let emotions completely shut us down. And it seems like we can't get out of our own emotions. It seems like we can't get out of the negativity. It's like we all have different baselines, and life happens like this for everyone. But we all have different baselines, and after a specific event happens, so whether you reach a high or you reach a low, you get back to your baseline, but we all have different baselines. I had a dream last night that completely overwhelmed me in a good way, because this is why I'm creating this video. I had the massive realization that we are the creators of our reality and that we are actually addicted to our own emotions. So basically, in my dream, I was creating a stressful situation, like being late to be at a certain place that I had to be at a certain time, and I knew I would be late, but I subconsciously created it so that I could feel shame, guilt, and negativity. And in my dream, it was pretty obvious that my subconscious was trying to tell me that I'm actually addicted to my emotions. I'm addicted to feeling bad, to feeling down, to feeling self-hate, self-doubt, negativity, judgment. I had a spiritual awakening a couple of weeks ago, and since then I've been feeling so uncomfortable, like literally a part of me is dying. And my spiritual awakening was the realization that there's a world outside the 3D, and that you can actually have so much more control over what you feel, think, and do in your life than you think. So that you can actually control, that you can actually see, you can see your mind. And I had never had these realizations before. So since my spiritual awakening, I've been a lot more aware of everything I'm going through. And I've been able to choose peace and joy and love in situations where I would usually get mad and stuck in negativity. And this is where the death comes. I'm realizing that it is hard for me and for my ego, for my brain, to feel good all the time when I've suffered this much for 26 years. This is where the death comes. And the final realization for me was last night, when my subconscious was literally telling me, you are the creator of your reality right now. You are creating your negativity. And it doesn't mean that we should judge ourselves and feel guilty about this, because then we're getting back to that loop, right? The way forward is always to love ourselves, to have compassion for ourselves. And this is something I'm working on as well, to see things in a different light. But we are addicted to our emotions, just like we can be addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, drugs. 95% of our brain is run on autopilot every single day. And you're so used to feeling the same exact things every day. And so if I haven't felt shame and guilt today, my subconscious is going to create a situation where I can feel these, because this is what feels safe. So maybe I'm going to create an argument with someone around me, or maybe I'm gonna forget an appointment so that I can feel bad about myself. Subconsciously, we create the reality that feels familiar to us, and a lot of the time it's not what we want. It's not that for 26 years I've been wanting to feel this bad. It's just that this is what I've been used to feel. Because maybe that comes from, the generations before me. But maybe you're feeling this bad because you have an addiction to feeling what you're feeling. Some people have an addiction to feeling sad. And I don't think that we should blame ourselves for this. I think the solution to everything is to change our sunglasses, to change the way we see it, and find love and compassion in every situation, and especially for ourselves. Sometimes it's so easy to feel compassionate and loving and forgiving towards others, but it's not easy to do it with ourselves. But I really believe that this is the way forward. Is not to think, because it's so easy, especially after my spiritual awakening, where I was like, oh, I can reach this level of high consciousness. So now why am I feeling this? And there's so much guilt that comes with that. And again, it's, it's a way to feel what I'm used to feel. But the whole idea is to say, okay, I've seen 5D. Now I'm back to 3D. I'm back in my ego, and I see it with love. I choose to see my patterns with love. And if you're a very, very self-aware person, you might see things about yourself that you don't really like. It's not easy for me to see that I'm addicted to negative emotions. My partner is not addicted to this at all. His baseline is way higher than mine. And so for me to do all this work and still feel stuck in negativity can be discouraging at times, and think, it's unfair. But the idea is to see everything with love. And to think we all have different stories, we all have different genes and ancestors and everything we're going through and habits. And it's actually okay to think that whatever you're going through right now was meant to be. Literally, whatever you're going through right now was meant to be. Wasn't meant to be any different. If you want to chat about this, feel free to send me a little message, or if you resonate with anything I said, make sure that you leave a yes in the comments below. Feel free to let me know if there's any specific content you'd like me to post about, video ideas or whatever. Thank you so much for joining, and have a wonderful day. Bye.